Okay, folks, it's Friday the 16th. Didn't film anything except for one little clip. If you guys watch my channel, you saw it. But not very interesting. I don't know if it's me getting older or not being... It's just not a good scene anymore. Everybody doesn't seem very happy to see you. A couple places we walked in, they didn't even say hi to us. We stood there on the steps and they didn't even say hello to us, so we just turned right back around and walked out. So yeah, it's a lot different than it used to be. The places that drag you in, you don't really want to go in, but at least they're trying. So yeah, it's just a different scene. Girls are different, the people are different. We walked down by the pier and literally, and I'm not exaggerating one iota, I'll say it on the conservative side, there was a bus every 15 seconds coming by loaded with Chinese people. All the boats that are out in the bay, so there was nobody on the pier except for Chinese. So it was like they owned the pier and that parking area down there. Thousands and thousands and thousands. So there was nobody else down there except for the Chinese. And Walking Street was just completely dead. Not very many welcoming places. So we didn't... I don't think we even drank a beer on Walking Street. That's how bad it was. I think we walked from one end of it clear to the other end. I don't believe we even stopped and had a beer on Walking Street. And that's a long way from the head of Walking Street down to the pier. That's a long way. No, we didn't even stop for a beer. I can't believe that. That's how it's changed. It used to be you didn't walk 10 feet before you were drawn in. Still got the ping pong show guys out there and everything, of course, but yeah, I just realized that we did not drink a beer on Walking Street. Well, my buddy, if you're watching this, and we did, but I don't recall having a beer on Walking Street. I'm pretty sure we didn't. But anyway, that just tells you. But I walked and walked too much. I was still hurting. I planned on 4 days, but I only stayed 3. Just wasn't worth it. My hotel was decent. It was cheap. It was decent. And I will say this, man, if you guys want a good pizza, go to the Grand Lodge right there on Soy Yamamoto. I think it's 13-2. They got a great pizza in there, man. The spicy pepperoni. Man, that was good. But yeah, patio just wasn't all exciting. I was gonna do some ladyboy stuff for you guys, but I just don't dig it. Sorry, I tried to entertain what... I know you guys watch more videos. There's more people watch my ladyboys videos than anything else, but that's just... I'm not into it, so... I don't really care if you watch or not. Sorry. That's not why I'm doing it, trying to get viewers for no reason. I'm doing the real thing. So, after 3 minutes and 52 seconds of that boring crap, let me turn you around and show you my new project. So I'm going to make a barrel to burn and create charcoal in. So this particular design is from John Dahl. If you search him on YouTube, you'll see it. So basically what he does is he just takes a barrel, cuts a hole in the bottom and a hole in the top, and inserts a pipe all the way through, and this pipe will have holes in the base all the way around. And so basically all you're doing is you light a fire in that pipe, it heats up the wood inside the barrel, and there's wood under the barrel, but all the fire comes from, you build the fire in the pipe, and then it catches the stuff underneath, and then it continues burning as it heats up the wood inside the barrel from the gases of the wood. So the actual gases just escape, and you don't really burn the wood that's in the wood. You're not burning that wood, you're just cooking it and turning it into charcoal. So if that makes any sense, well, here's the beginning of it. We'll see if it works. So I'm getting ready to, I got my holes marked off, and I put the lid on top of this one and it came off centered. So what I'm trying to do, it's not that critical, but I'm trying to line both holes up together so this one matches the top. So I'm getting ready to cut this out, cut that out right there, and then I got to wrap a piece of rebar or something around the pipe like that, and then drill some holes, and that's ready to go, and we're ready to put this thing together. I got some big honking ass, that's about a 1-inch rebar, so I'll make that for my fire grate, which I can use it for multiple different things. So if I set up a fire pit or something later, that 1-inch rebar ain't gonna bend in the heat. So we went to our local little recycling place, and I picked this barrel up for 500 baht on the road. I got this piece for about 225 baht, and I got those two for about 225 baht. So 500 baht altogether, or 1,000 baht altogether, and people were selling these for 1,200, 1,400. But they're not this style. They just have holes in the bottom and a small hole at the top. But we're going to try to improve on that design by not letting as much oxygen in. So here we go. I'll set up some time lapse and show you me cutting this, and that's the explanation. So I'll try to film a little bit of this project. Okay, those two are good. They're almost perfectly lined up, good enough for what we're doing. We're just making a charcoal pot, and any of the gaps will be filled with mud. So that's the hard part. Now what I got to do is take a piece of just like a thin rebar, a little 1/4-inch rod, and weld it along the circumference of that, and then we'll start assembling the barrel. Maybe we'll be on charcoal tomorrow. Well, also while I was gone, the village has been working on getting us water, which so they ran all new lines to the village because the old lines had so many cracks and leaks. It was actually sucking in more dirt, you know. So everywhere you have a crack, if you have air come in, it'll actually suck dirt. So they ran all new lines to every house, and every house is going to have a meter now. So we're actually going to have to pay for the water, but the system that they have, it's a solar powered system, but the guy, whoever was running the village before, didn't pay for the electric, so he absconded with the money or whatever. But so they ended up owing the electric company, which is a government entity as well, money. So then the village suffered, and the water lines only worked at night or during the day on solar. But it was in such bad repair that it was sucking water. It was sucking water the whole time, or sucking air and sucking dirt in. So the lines, when they dug them up, they were half full of dirt and crud. So no wonder nobody had any pressure. And I have like a pre-filter before it goes into my tank, and it would just be like an oily muck. So maybe we'll have decent pressure. They actually have a water tank, and it's not far. It's only 300 meters, not even a 1/4 mile from where I'm standing. So we should have plenty of pressure at this point. And rather than me having to have two different kinds of pumps, right now I have one, but I'm keeping 100 meters of line pressurized. So I was going to have a secondary pump just to pump it to the tank, and that way the line wouldn't be pressurized the whole time. But Goy still thinks that the water's not going to be any good. But I tried to explain to her that the reason why it wasn't any good was because there were so many gaps and holes in the system. If they maintain the system, then it'll be good. So we're kind of on a dead run, but there's one house, two houses, and it doesn't look like the headman got a spike. He had a spike on the old line put in, but it didn't work. So now he's got 3 or 4 to his house, but they're all 1/2-inch lines, which is enough to keep it going. It necessarily won't be good for a lot of pressure at your house, but it's good enough to for the people that just live here, to run a sink, to run a shower, to run to take a bath. Usually they just fill a tank anyway, so it doesn't they're not running a hot water system. Most of these people here don't have hot water, and that's great when it's warm, but it's rough when it's chilly nights, like in the winter time, like right now. It gets pretty cold at night, man. It's hard pouring cold water over your head. I know the West is into the cold plunge, but we do the cold plunge every freaking day when we take a shower. But I got hot water now, so I'm good. Yeah, it's a good. I'm hoping. We got to pay for water now, but it'll be $3 a month maybe. I'm expecting no more than $300 a month. So that's, or $100 a month, which is $3. And if it is more than that, I can always run my pump. So, but now I'm going to bring my expensive pump from way over there at the wellhead. I'm going to bring my expensive pump here to my house where I have a tank, and this should be more than enough to keep my tank full, and then I can just pressurize my local area. And as a backup, I'll buy a cheaper pump and put way over there as a backup, so I'll always have. And now we paid to get a meter all the way over there, so now we have a power point over there, and we can have a pump easy. So nice quiet evening, got some tunes going, drinking a couple beers. Friday night in the village. It's happening, folks. It's an event. Working on the new charcoal bucket I showed a minute ago, and showed the kids some badminton. They like that, so I'm gonna have to buy a net and a couple more rackets. But tomorrow we're doing the Mr. Beast sit still challenge, and I bought a soccer ball for them, so I showed them the soccer ball, and got them all kind of pumped up for that tomorrow. So that'll be a separate video, but it ought to be interesting to get them all pumped up. That's 400 baht. So 400 baht is what, 3, 6, 9, $12. They're excited. That's big. That's a big deal here. So the kids are excited. Whoever wins that wins a nice brand new soccer ball. They'll be the king of the village. must be getting new power lines and put new LED lights that they face mostly in his yard's way lit up. Our side's completely dark. Needed to tilt them down a little bit. Trying to pick up an unbundled bundle. Safety third. That's why it takes so long to do everything in Thailand. Stand underneath there, buddy. Yeah, we'll see how long that shit'll be there. Mailman coming through on the motorcycle. And they're off to the next spot. Go pick up some more and bring it in. I was gonna say, he's just gonna ride up there, and he just realized he's being filmed. How long is that shit gonna be there? That'll be fun getting to my fish now. Feed my fish every day. Oh well. Welcome to Thailand. Alright, got the charcoal barrel fired up. Doesn't matter where you go, smoke comes to you. So we got it packed full, a bunch of this crap wood we've had laying around. It's probably not going to make good charcoal, and my base isn't very good, but this is just a trial run to see what's going on. See if this design works at all, and then we'll make a proper base. I got plenty of bricks to build a proper base and make it so it's sealed, but just trying to get a fire going and get this thing hot and burn the paint off the barrel. And there's a rubber gasket on that, so that'll have to get burnt off. But yeah, that's a trial run. Goy's over there, chop, chop, chop. Got a saw right there, but she likes to chop. She doesn't like to saw. So, making lots of smoke now. Hopefully it'll clear up. Get some heat in it and get a good fire roaring. Come back. Alright, so we just turned the corner there. I don't know if on the camera you can see the heat waves or not. Let's zoom in. Yeah, you can see the heat waves right there. So it's burning hot and burning clean. But that's what we wanted. Got the animals, always something going on with them, but anyway, that's what we want. So that now that's burning the gases from inside the barrel, and at the very bottom there's holes drilled in that pipe. There's only one hole in the bottom. I cut a hole in the barrel for the big pipe, and then the big pipe has little holes drilled all around the circumference of it, and then that lets the gas out. So the gas can't come out the top. It has to go down and go out through those holes where it's burned, and that's why it burns clean. So just a few minutes later, it's changing again. You hear it starting to sound like a rocket. And I didn't think this up. This is a John Dahl style method. So I didn't take can't claim that I designed this myself. I'm just copying his thing and putting it into practice. And it was smoking there for a while, but about 10 minutes of smoking, now it's burning nice and clean and hot. And that's all junk moringa wood for the most of it. That the bugs, it's so soft, the bugs just eat it. So we got some mango in there and a couple other things, so we might get a little bit of charcoal out of it. But I'm not really expecting too much. This first batch is just proof of concept right now, so may have to tighten up my seal here in a little bit, but because there's a rubber seal on there, but we'll see how it goes. Should hold pretty good. It's pretty tight on there, but we'll see. Come back in a few. And one note, we don't have can't make good mud with this dirt because it's so rocky. So I just mixed up I had some leftover mortar for floor tile adhesive. So I just mixed up some of that, but you can see it's drying out real quick and starting to get some leakage. So that shows that inside that barrel we have good combustion, not combustion, but it's heating up that wood inside. So that's what we're trying to burn off, but a little bit of leakage isn't too bad. It's getting really hot now, so if it gets too much worse, I'll go mix up a little bit more, but that's what we want. But we don't want that as it gets drawn up, it'll get burnt as it goes, but we're trying to prevent that white smoke. We want a good clean, like coming out of the stack. It's rocketing now though. That's exactly what we want. Looks like my seal around the edge is still holding up. I think that's all coming from the outside. Yeah, it's all coming from under that cement. So yeah, it's cooking now, baby. That should seal itself up, I would think. But yeah, it's getting hot in there now. Yeah, we're starting to get a flame shooting out the top. That's what we want to see right there. No difference. Work in progress. Started planning. Got about 50 square meters of block delay for the shop and for the bedroom. So about 25 each. And back behind, this is the teacher's land. Still got good fire going. I just went over to get him to show him what we got going on. Alright, we just opened it up and look good. Looks like good charcoal. Sounds like good charcoal. Even that's not very good wood, but that's is all junk wood. It's not good wood anyway. Look at that. Yeah, it's not good wood, but.
These are from mango. Okay. Good.
Yeah, I'd say that's a success.
Can you go cut over there some tea? Make